Hi, my name is Robbie Martin, and I work for Alabama Power Company in supply chain management as a contract agent. So I oversee the bid process when Power buys goods and services. My passion, though, is junior achievement, and recently I have been recognized as by JA of USA as the alumnus of the year. So I'm really excited about junior achievement and what they do.
Cool. I'm Mike Gibson. I'm the president and principal architect at Appleseed Workshop, which is a local design build firm that's focusing on revitalization of downtown Birmingham.
Where'd you get the name Appleseed?
Appleseed is the word apple stands for, it's another word for the city. So like New York is the Big Apple.
Mm-hmm.
And then the word seed is a kind of another way to talk about an idea. And so our passion is really the downtown area, and so we look at each one of our projects as a city idea or a city seed. And so kind of like a small apple seed, you can you plant it, and this big tree grows out that exponentially multiplies those new seeds and those ideas.
Wow, that's actually really similar to, I think, what JA's vision is. Junior Achievement is a nonprofit that has programs for K through 12 where we teach financial literacy, entrepreneurship, work readiness, and we do that through volunteers and through funds that are donated because we're a nonprofit, 501c3. But their vision is to introduce these students and build a platform so that they are our future entrepreneurs, they are our future workforce, they are our future CEOs, and so very similar to Appleseed, Junior Achievement is planting seeds and watering so that we can look for, we can look for growth and blooms with economic development, not just for Birmingham, but in our region, in our state.
So you said the award you won was an alumni award?
It's the first ever Junior Achievement of USA alumnus of the year, and it was based on, I was a junior achievement
That's what I was about
student.
to ask. So you came up through the...
I did. I came up through the high school program,
Cool.
Where we made a product and we sold it, and I came up through that program, and believe it or not, I was a little on the shy side. And so, but one of the things that I learned through the Junior Achievement program was public speaking, and just becoming comfortable with myself, and just moving forward and realizing that I could do anything that I wanted to do, and that's what we want to teach the young people.
Well, it sounds like it worked. So it must be a great program.
Well, I heard that you have very strong faith, and I think that's something that we share. You want to share a little bit of that?
Yeah, absolutely. We go to my family and I live in Homewood, and we go to a small church there called Christ Fellowship, and it's a Baptist church. And I grew up in a Christian home, and it's definitely a part of everything that we do, and kind of weaves its way into, obviously it is life and encompasses all of life. It's definitely, every day is a struggle to do business in a way that honors the Lord. So many times, I've talked about this a lot, but just the concept of being a good businessman and a godly man, those things seem to be running on different
Right.
courses, and so that's our struggle. But we just trust the Lord every day with it, and see what happens.
I agree with you. I think that my faith, I grew up, we attend Faith Apostolic Church. That's the church I grew up in, and it's an apostolic church. Bishop Heron Johnson is my pastor. He's 95
Wow.
years old, and he, along with my mom and dad and our church family, always stood on very godly principles. And the one thing that I always take with me is that if people aren't reading their Bible, I may be the only Bible that they
Sure.
that they see. And so my life and how I live it is very important, because not only does it reflect me and my family, but it reflects my God, and so that's very important. So I'm excited to meet you, and tell me about some of the projects that you're working on in Birmingham.
Yeah, so we have, we are the architect and manager of the construction for a new brand of coffee called Revelator Coffee. And so there's a Revelator on 3rd Avenue North that we finished up that's inside of a building called the Whitmire Building, which is a kind of Corten Steele building that we also did. And so one of the things we're working on, which is cool, is Appleseed was able to convince Revelator to locate their roastery here, which is the place that they'll make the coffee beans and roast them and send all over the Southeast. So that's a project that we're working on.
That's huge
Yeah, so cool.
for economic development. Junior achievement also is very heavily, we're looking at economic development by developing students now through the high school program, either to be entrepreneur or the workforce ready, so that they will be ready to go into, it could be, you could employ someone from junior achievement someday, but in order to do that, junior achievement we need volunteers. We don't just need funds, we need those because we provide scholarships. We just awarded $5,000 worth of scholarships through our Biz Plan Challenge program. But one of the things that I forgot to tell you about the Alumnus of the Year award is that it comes with a scholarship for $5,000 in my name.
Okay.
So very shortly we will be naming the recipient of the Robbie Steele Martin Junior Achievement Scholarship.
Is that something that will continue, or is that every year? Every
year there will be an Alumnus of the Year. However, it's Robbie Martin's dream that there will be a Robbie Martin scholarship.
Awesome. Is junior achievement focused on just the Birmingham city schools, or is it focused on a specific area of Birmingham? But I guess it's national.
Junior achievement is JA of USA, but junior achievement is junior achievement of Alabama.
Okay.
So we have the Birmingham metro area. So we have schools in the Birmingham area. We have schools in the Huntsville area. We have Tuscaloosa. We have Mobile. We have Etowah County. We have in the Huntsville area. We have other areas, but we're junior achievement of Alabama. And so it's my dream and it's my hope, and what I'm working for is that every school that is in Alabama will have some type of junior achievement program. In order to do that, we have to have the volunteers and the funds to do that, because right now we have schools that have asked for junior achievement programs and we don't have enough volunteers, business men and women like you and I, that are giving their time to teach these programs.
How do you get the word out about that?
We do a number of different things. We do Facebook. We do through word of mouth. We do through our board. We have a junior board that I sit on as the chair, and so we're doing a lot to recruit volunteers. And I'm going to hit you up to be a volunteer, just so you know.
Good. We're hopefully I'll have more time coming up soon. We're making some changes at Appleseed, bringing on hopefully a director of architecture, which will help me have more time to be involved in the community in different ways and just seek different opportunities in our business. So I'm excited about that.
Well, that's great. We would love to have you. And I understand that you have 2 children.
I do. Jude is he's 16 months old. He's my son, and my daughter Iris will turn 5 May 5th.
That's exciting. That's a very exciting time.
Do you also have children?
I do. I have 2. I have a teenager who just turned 13. His name is Jonathan David, and my daughter is 11. She is Caitlin Gwyneth. She's named after my mother. My mother passed away in 1998, and so she is. My mom's name was Gwendolyn, and so her name is. He's a really good kid. We are just finishing up track season. He's found a new sport that he loves, and I'm very excited about that. So we've had fun. We've had a lot of fun with that. So what do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun? It's a great question. I work out a good bit, but really, it's interesting because I get a lot of flack from different people, sometimes in my family and just friends and that kind of thing. I really do enjoy what I do, and so if I have free time, if I could pick something that I was doing with it, there's a lot of great things. I mean, obviously, spending time with family, being in the Word, and spending time with the body, and those things right there on that list is doing what I do, and that's just coming up with creative solutions to just the built problems in the built environment. So Appleseed is mostly what we mostly do is renovation and sometimes or infill, and so people come to us and they want to put something in this old building, and so we are experts at kind of figuring out how to do that. And it's my passion, and when I'm daydreaming, that's what I'm thinking about is those solutions, and so it's great. I just so blessed to be able to provide for my family,
Right.
Working in my passion, and I hope that comes through to my clients and
Right.
and to our employees. I play some golf every once in a while, but we're definitely in that stage of life. My wife and I, she was in small group last night. Our kids are actually sleeping through the night, and
That is always a very happy time. That's always.
So she's we just moved to. We built a house in Homewood, which was Appleseed's first ground-up house. So almost pretty everything we've done up to that point has been a version of a renovation. And so we have a couple ground-up projects happening now, but that was the first one, so we learned a lot. But we're getting settled at home and kind of getting back into a routine. So just looking forward to enjoying that. Really, I know it might sound boring, but really what I do for fun is think about these ideas and projects. So, what about you?
Let's see. Well, I do enjoy what I do. I practiced law before I came to Alabama Power. And so in my job as a contract agent, I get to use some of my lawyering skills with the contract process, and I get to work with a lot of different business units, so that's very interesting for me. But also, I love to talk, I love to write. So I've started this Christian blog, and so I try to publish to that through Facebook. So I'm working on that, and I'm working on writing a book. Cool. So I'm not sure yet. I'm still.
No titles?
I don't have a title. Well, one of the titles is. Hold on. One of the titles that I've thought about is My Journey Thus Far.
Okay.
And I actually wanted to use this book to share the testimonies of other women who have been through different situations. I consider myself to be a huge overcomer. I lost both of my parents, and so I think that through my faith and through God's help, I've been able to overcome and continue to live and be a productive member of society and do some really good things. And so I want to share that testimony, but not just because I think everyone's testimony is a little different. So whereas my testimony may be about overcoming the grief of losing a parent, someone else's testimony may be about overcoming through sickness or overcoming through being adopted or different things like that. And so I'd like to create this book that's really a compilation of all of these testimonies so that it says no matter what your situation is, God is still able.
Absolutely.
There's nothing too hard for him. So that's what I would like to do.
That's one of the things that's actually very important to me is just the concept of transparency, and just, you know, it's nice, you know, to look at a leader and see them all polished, but I think that people, just all sorts of people can benefit from understanding what
my story is.
what the story and what the struggle is, because you know, a lot of people are struggling with things and they don't know that they can talk to anybody about it.
They don't know there's someone else out there that's been through, you know, you're right,
Absolutely.
you see the polished look on the outside, you
And-
have no idea what they've gone
And sometimes it takes somebody that is respected to start that conversation, to step out and say, hey, I'm not perfect. Let's talk about that, you know, and that potentially has the ability to create a situation where people feel comfortable. So I think a book like that is really cool. But, you know, I think we might be working together potentially on your day job. Appleseed is in the process of working with the PR department at Alabama Power to design the space for the innovation initiative that Southern Company has.
Yes.
So Appleseed's actually developing the design for the space that will be used inside of the downtown location. So I don't know if you'll be approving some invoicing or what, but you know, I look forward
Working on
to
a contract for that. Well, how about we can work together on my day job, and we can work together on my passion, which is junior achievement. We can get you to volunteer, and maybe we can work together on my book too. So
I'd love it.
we'll be seeing a lot of each other.
Yes, ma'am.
I like that.